Ladies and gents, happy Tuesday. I wish this was a college basketball Super Tuesday. It's not. Jovan, how we doing? BTL episode 114 piece. Hold the fry. How about it? If you're ever on the TikTok, you're looking, what the hell is this guy doing? He's not addressing me. Come over to our Twitch stream, link in bio, okay? We're going to have a day today, Jovan. We absolutely dominated the college basketball board on opening night yesterday. We're going to carry that into today. Not that many bets, not that many games, quality over quantity. Honestly, not mad about it. I'm honestly cool with the shortened card. So we're going to dominate. Chat, how we doing? Hope you guys made some money yesterday. Let's run it back. We got NBA. We got NHL. No NBA today, right?
No NBA. Yeah.
No NBA today. We got NHL. We got college basketball. We got action. What more could you want? What more could you ask for? We're going to go over winners. We're going to do who's hot, who's not for NFL, college football, and for college basketball now. A little bit of a new element there. How about it? And then as you guys know, we're going to do the BTL squad ride, which, let me crunch my numbers real quick. Beep, boop, boop. 12-1. How about it? 12-1 don't grow on trees. They don't. Nobody else in the game is doing this for free, going 12-1. Not a single person on earth is doing that. All right? Let's keep fucking rolling. Let's keep moving. Let's keep grooving. Jovan, you excited about the card today?
I wouldn't say excited is the right word.
Okay.
We're just kind of getting through it. Good Lord, we're spamming Mike.
Oh, shit. Can you guys not hear me?
There you go.
Is that better? 10-4, 10-4?
Yeah, you're a little out of piss now. You're good.
10-4, 10-4. I sound good now. Okay. Did not move my mic over. I just kept it over on the other side out of my way like a boza. So hope you guys heard that spiel. I'm not doing it again. All right. We'll be seeing. Like I was saying, Jovan, how about the card today? Don't get too excited.
Yeah. Right? It's definitely a little hard to get excited, but it's all right.
Yeah.
We got plays. We got stuff we can do, but just getting through the day, and really tomorrow too. Tomorrow, at least college basketball wise, kind of sucks too. But you know what? We'll figure it out.
Is it worse than today? I haven't even taken a peek yet.
Not worse, but it's
okay.
Not significantly better.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even know if it'd be possible to be worse than today, but we'll find out. We'll find out. There is a play that's caught my eye. You guys probably already know what it is. Ryder. All right, and we'll get to that in a little bit. Told you guys we'd have a good guest on yesterday for the first day of college basketball. I did not forget. I did not bluff. We have a very good guest coming on this Thursday. Had to move stuff around. Not going to reveal the name because I don't want to throw him under the bus until he comes on, just in case you have to move it again. But he's a beast, and he should be coming on Thursday, which we have some real games on for college basketball. So that's when we'll be hitting the books hard, left and right, taking all their money. Okay?
Yeah.
Super excited for that. Wanted to talk about a couple storylines going on. Jeff Bezos and Jay-Z grabbed dinner last night in person. Wonder why they would do that. That's a crazy coincidence. What could possibly be going on right now with those two guys together? That they'd be grabbing dinner, talking about business. What could they possibly be doing? I don't know. But they're doing something. Okay. Could it be buying the Commanders? I don't know. McConaughey is also in too, by the way, which is huge. A lifelong Commanders fan. Okay. Yeah. People might not know this, but what?
It's Matthew McConaughey hate week all week.
What? Oh, it is because Texas.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that game too a little bit. When we go into our looking at these lines, a little bit of a look ahead spot because that's one of them that's really weird. That's catching my eye.
We don't need to talk about that game.
You already know. You already know the outcome. Maybe. Yeah. But yeah, that's huge for the program, having McConaughey in there. He's a lifelong Commanders fan, along with Kevin Durant. A lot of people don't know that, but Kevin Durant, also a lifelong Manders fan. Okay? Also a lifelong Manders fan. People are saying great call in Charleston on the TikTok chat. Hell yeah. That was free. Never in doubt. Could have taken -5. Could have taken -6. How about it? Shit smacked. Shit paid. Absolutely impeccable day yesterday. Not going to spend a lot of time going over it because, to be honest with you, I fucking hate when people spend all their time recapping yesterday. Yesterday's in the past. You guys know we fucking balled. I don't need to prove myself to you. You guys know we're killing it, right? But wanted to shout out our guy Renee Smith. the sharpshooter on College of Charleston, the Aussie assassin, said he was going to ball, said he was going to be the best shooter in college basketball this season, potentially. Pretty fucking good start. He absolutely shot the lights out in Charleston last night and came through. Kid's legit. Shout out Queens, their first D1 win. And shout out Tarleton State. All right? Shout out Tarleton State. They almost won outright. They should have won outright. They have heart. All right? They've got more heart than anyone I know combined.
Yep.
Got to shout them out. Anybody you wanted to shout out from yesterday?
Oh, man. Shout out to Southland. Look, absolutely terrible. They just got railed in the game, which kind of to be expected. But it happened. It happened.
Yep.
So we'll put that in the past. Still hitting overs, though, which is nice. Hit the first Southland over of the year in the Arizona game. Granted, they gave up 115 to Arizona, so they did all of it pretty much, but it was nice.
That's facts. People are asking on TikTok why they can't hear the other people. If you want to hear the other people, click the link in the bio to go on our Twitch. Okay, that's when you can hear the other people. All right. God, they want to hear you talk, Jovan. W.
Yeah.
Rare Jovan W.
Very rare.
All right. How about this storyline? This is kind of relevant today. One of the shit games today happens to be Sacred Heart versus Hartford's. I don't know if you saw or noticed. I'm sure you did, but that Sacred Heart line moved from -3.5. It's all the way to -8.5 now. Absolutely incredible. And there's honestly, from what I've seen, more money in bets on Hartford, which is wild. So there must be something going on. Think I found it. Turns out Hartford's coach, John Gallagher, this dude submitted his resignation yesterday. He said, fuck this. I'm fucking resigning. And you might say, wow, that's kind of a piece of shit move the day before the season starts. Well, let's dive into it a little bit more here. Turns out Hartford just announced that they're going to be going to D3 next season. This is their last D1 year. And the coach was fucking pissed, assuming everyone's pissed. I mean, that's not a good look for the players or the coaches, right? Now he's suing the school because they told him in his contract that he would be they'd be D1, and it's a breach of their contract. They didn't tell him they were going to do this. And turns out John Gallagher 2 years ago, or last year, a year and a half ago, he turned down an offer to be an assistant coach at Oklahoma.
Yep.
So he obviously, looking back on it now, would have taken that job knowing that they're going D3 here. And now he's pissed. Now he's suing the team. It's a dumpster fire right now with this Hartford squad that, by the way, they stink anyways. If they were going to go on and win their conference, he probably wouldn't have quit. Crazy story. I want to buy bad news, but I don't know if I can get behind this line movement moving 5 points. Any takes on the game or that whole situation? It's pretty wild.
Yeah, situation's really, really weird.
Yeah.
And I'd be lying if I said I was a fan of, the move, him doing it right before the season start, because realistically, I mean, what does the team, what do the kids have to do with it? But
yeah, it fucks the kids over. They're probably also beat.
But I mean, it's a terrible situation. I mean, the organization and administration did that themselves. So it's super weird. I hate every part of it. I can't get into buying the bad news for the game. It's too big of a move, too big of a just thing, and the team's in shambles. It's going to be in shambles for a while.
That's fair. Our guy, Hill Daddy 19 in chat saying Hartford didn't bring the trainer to a scrimmage. Kid got hurt, and that was his last straw. Holy smokes. That's not good. Not good at all. Hate to see it. Hate to hear it. Weird story. The day before the game, we had Queens coach getting a DUI the weekend before the season started. That situation yesterday, I mean, you guys know what happened in that game. Yeah. Then we've got this today. Maybe Hartford will win outright too. Crazy stuff. Let's dive into who's hot, who's not. Why not us? Okay. Let's power through these, and then obviously we'll get to the game today, guys. The games. It's not like yesterday where there was 1,000 games. Also, fuck that.
Yeah, I guess
having 100 games yesterday. That sucked. I couldn't even catch up on what was going on in these games until like 1 a.m. last night. I was so pissed. I was like absolutely drowning in college basketball fucking content and games and scores. I couldn't even catch up on the scores until after Bad Beats last night. So absolutely wild. What's up, Lauren, on TikTok? How we doing? Yeah, wild. But let's dive in to who's hot, who's not. Okay. Let's go to college football. All right, I'll get it started off. Who's hot in college football right now? I think Lauren's going to like this one. Listening on TikTok. I got Texas. I got Texas after a huge win. Jovan, don't cry. Cover your ears. After a huge win last weekend that you were all over. Great call, by the way. We're looking at this line coming up this weekend against undefeated TCU, and Texas is laying 7. Texas is laying 7 to undefeated TCU. Riddle me that one. Now, we know that TCU is pretty much the providence of college football at this point. Everything goes their way. The ball bounces their way. You can't deny it. Are they good? Hell yeah, they're fucking good. They're awesome. But the ball's been bouncing their way, right? We can't deny it. Listen up. This Texas team, Quinn Ewers, is going to stick it to them. Bijan Robinson is going to stick it to TCU. They're going to win this game by double digits. Hey, I don't make the rules. I'm not the one that set the line. But whoever set the line is screaming in my ear so fucking loud until I lock this bet in. I might have to do it today. That Texas is going to roll because they're -7 against an undefeated team. Incredible line. When the lines talk, ladies and gents, we have to listen. And this line is screaming. So who's hot right now? It's Texas coming off of a huge win. They're ranked again. Quinn Ewers looks good. Bijan looks like one of the best running backs in college football. They're going to roll again this weekend and look even better. All right. What are you thinking about that one?
You're buying a lot of good news there. I mean, that's what I'll say.
Yeah. Okay.
Quentin Johnston. I mean, I saw him, secret information yesterday. He's on crutches and in a walking boot. So that tells you. No, Quentin Johnston, who didn't play. He got hurt like the first drive last week. And then D. Winters, best defensive player for TCU, is also out for the first half because he got a targeting call in the second half. So those are two massive deals. So I would say that while the line is large, that's a big reason why. I mean, their offense looks perfect without QJ. But we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. We'll see.
We will ensure be seeing. I think it's pretty telling now. -7. I mean, what would you have set that line at? I probably would have had Texas be a pick 'em.
I expected like 4.5, 5. I just didn't think it would go up to 7.
I mean, 7 is absurd. Even 4.5, 5, I would have been like, Anything more than 3, I would have been like, And 7, that's more than a That's a wow.
Yeah.
How about that? How about that for emotes? Incredible. All right, who do you got? Who's hot in college football?
Going with FSU. This is a team sneakily who's been playing really, really well. And not that I'm a huge Miami believer, but I mean, this weekend they were dominant, 45-3 against a Miami, at least defense, who's somewhat competent. And Jordan Travis and the offense is humming. Ever since they had the middle of the season couple slip-ups against Wake and NC State, which are two good teams, and those are two close games. But, after that, they played a really competitive game against Clemson, which honestly they had a pretty good chance to win. Then they went and dominated two teams that they're supposed to. And then coming down the stretch here, we want to talk about lines too. I know they just lost, but I think Syracuse at home being 7-point underdogs to FSU is pretty telling of what to expect from this game. And then looking ahead too, I mean, the rest of their schedule, they have a bye game against Louisiana Lafayette, and then they got another game where they're 7-point favorites against a Florida team who that line still looks a little large. I know it's a look ahead for 2 weeks, but this is an FSU team where I could very well see ending with 9 wins, which is crazy to think at the start of the season that this would be the team that would put it together so quickly. So I like what I'm seeing from them, and they're playing really well. So I'm excited to see how they finish the season.
Okay. I am too. Honestly, this has been a shocker. I thought this program was dead, and they have absolutely crawled out of the grave. Impressive by them. Good for the ACC. Good for an ACC guy like me. There's not many W's lying around for ACC guys, okay? And everyone in chat saying, yo, they can't hear us. I totally get it. Go over to Twitch and watch us on there if you want to hear my guy Jovan. If not, you're just going to hear me talk and not know who's responding or anything. So if you want to sit on TikTok, ask me questions, tap the screen really hard, give me some likes, bada bing, bada boom, okay? Who's not in college football? I'm going to go with Nick Saban. And the question here really is the Alabama dynasty dead? And maybe I'm being a little bit dramatic, but 2 losses this season, 1 to LSU, and Brian Kelly, who in my eyes hasn't really been known as a great coach ever. He's an unbelievable recruiter and a liar to get people to go to his school to play there, but he's not a great coach. LSU, by the way, they probably could have been a who's not as well. Anyways, Nick Saban, not on the hot seat ever, but when you're that dominant for so long, when you're unbeatable, when you're the best in your craft, for over a decade, even the slightest slip up, the slightest loss looks like the end of the world. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe Bama wins out and somehow sneaks in. We know the committee is going to do everything they can to have Bama in. I think they're toast. I think it's nearly impossible for them to make the playoffs. Hell of a run, Bama. We finally get a fucking different team in the playoffs. Jovan, is this the first time they're not going to be in the college football playoffs this season, potentially? It's got to be.
Is it?
It's got to be. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's got to be. Okay? Bama. They're not. They're not it right now. I take Georgia. I take Georgia over Bama right now. Georgia's recruits they're getting in right now, they look like a fucking NFL team. Straight up. They might start to be taken over for Bama. I'm starting to say it. I'm starting to see the shift. Plain and simple. Okay? Nick Saban, the GOAT, one of the best coaches ever in any sport. But I think he peaked. So I'm out on Bama. I got them as who's not. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't go as far to say like the dynasty's dead or anything, but I think there's a problem with Nick Saban just not being able to adjust to like the current climate of football. And a lot of that is like his staff that he surrounds himself with. A lot of those guys are outdated. I know I see in the chat Bill O'Brien issues, which certainly he's the issue, but I mean the issue with that team is just overall personnel. It's not like suited. They're kind of in the middle where like they want to be like this new modern style team, but they still want to try and, recruit just Bama hard-nosed guys. And they're kind of in the middle. So I think it's a spot where they have to figure out their identity because they're kind of in the middle, both as a team and as a staff, most importantly. Yep. I agree with that. My who's not is Oklahoma State. I mean,
wow. Okay.
We want to talk about a team who fell apart, and it's not 100% their fault. Like they have
injuries have been bad.
Yeah, injuries out the ass, and this team is just dead, honestly. And that drubbing to Kansas State, I mean, I kind of saw it even without the line of that Kansas game the next week. This team is dead, and they have no real direction going forward. And we saw it kind of leaking through like the beginning of the season too. They're just a team like people want to talk about TCU holding on to a lot of these games. That's really what Oklahoma State was doing for a majority of their season. So now it just finally all fell apart, and was injuries a big part of it? Absolutely. But I mean, I could very well see them, winning one game max the rest of this year at these next 3 games. They're just a team that's dead. There's nothing there. And I don't think it's going to get much better recruiting wise. And I think Gundy, while he's a great coach, he's probably on his way out too. And that's going to leave that program in shambles in the next couple of years.
Do you even think? I mean, number one, I can't see that guy choosing voluntarily to leave that program. And I also don't really see them firing him. You think that they might?
Yeah. I think I don't think they're going to fire him. I just think
he's kind of unfireable from there.
Yeah, he's not getting fired. He's just going to, sometime in the next couple of years, he's going to be stepping away. That's okay. It's time. There's no, I don't want to say it's a Gary Patterson situation because they're not nearly struggling as much, but they need to find a direction for that program because it's been a cyclical thing there.
Agreed. I mean, they've been making me coins by how shitty they've been playing. So I'm not complaining at all that they're in this category for you. Yeah. Straight up. And I agree. And I think this is a good spot to put them in. Okay. Poverty. They've had some injuries. No excuses. Everyone's got injuries. It's football. All right. Grow up.
Last week they certainly have some excuses.
Well,
it was more than half their team.
Okay, fair. We give them one pass.
Yeah.
You get one pass. All right. Let's move to the professionals. All right. Tempo and pace here. Who's hot in the NFL? Didn't think I'd be saying this. Jeff Saturday. How about it? Is Jim Irsay losing his mind? Potentially. Does it make his comments about Dan Schneider potentially meaningless? Yeah, I'm pretty pissed about it. But Jeff Saturday, welcome back into the NFL. Not as a player. He's going to be coaching the Colts for the rest of the year. And this guy's coaching experience goes back to being a high school coach for a season where he coached like shit and the team sucked. And he quit. So I don't know what the fuck is going on. I will say there's no way they just woke up yesterday and decided that this was going to happen. This must have been curated or planned, at least to some capacity. But is anybody else as shocked as I am that Jeff Saturday is the coach? Anyways, still a W for Jeff Saturday back in the NFL. We'll see how it plays out. I mean, maybe he can turn around that offensive line that's underperforming immensely. They're supposed to be really good. That's supposed to be the positive and the main strength of that team. And they suck. Jonathan Allen got whatever he wanted the other day against 2 Pro Bowl linemen. So maybe he can patch up that line. I hope he ends up putting Stafford back in. But wow. Jeff Saturday, welcome back. Welcome to the fucking show. Love the guy, honestly. Great personality, and I'm rooting for him. Maybe it'll turn out well. Who knows? Maybe it'll play.
Yeah.
Let's find out. I mean, it can't get worse. Can it get worse than 100 yards passing last week from the Colts? I mean, they're absolutely in piss. I don't think it can get worse. So that's what I got. Shout out Jeff Saturday.
Yeah. Shout out the Bears.
Shout out Justin Fields, who might actually be good, by the way.
That's I mean, it's only been a couple weeks. It's been like 3-4 weeks of this, but like who at any point in the season, or at least early in the season, if you would have said the Bears would have an extremely one-sided team and it would be because the offense is very good, I would have told you you're on crack. Like, it's simple as that. And I've always been a big Justin Fields believer and this offense believer once they kind of let him take the reins and do whatever. But to see him playing like this with that offense is awesome. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's going to be huge. It gives Bears fans serious optimism for the future because they're a team who internally is built to kind of build around the defense. And if they got the offense taken care of, and granted, they're playing, other than the Cowboys, not great defenses. I guess the Patriots playing bad, but they're still a good defense too. But he's starting to put it together. They're starting to get the good pieces around him. And I think that Claypool addition is good in many ways than one, regardless of the stats that he puts up. So that Bears offense is humming. And I think that is going to be one of the more interesting storylines to see throughout the rest of the year. Like I doubt they're making a run for the playoffs, but as far as the future of the next couple of years go, it's going to be definitely interesting to watch.
Hey, I'm not going to say I called it or that I told you so, but I started Justin Fields in fantasy last week and he took me to a victory in one of my leagues. I have the Bears win total over. I'm pretty sure I'm the only person on this planet who bet that their win total over. So life. Yeah, and I had a third comment, but it slipped my mind. But that's pretty much good enough. Fuck yeah, Bears.
The Bears truther. I'm a Darnell Mooney stan.
Heart. Yeah, and he got a tutty last week. Maybe he's back. Yeah. I think having Claypool on that team, like you said, is going to be huge. Big distraction. Should open up the field downfield, maybe some bigger shots to Darnell Mooney like we saw in years past, right? So I'm in. Somebody in chat said every Bears fan took their over. They're delusional. Yeah, Bears and Manders fans are very similar. I've noticed. I have some Bears fan friends. They're very similar. Well, every year it's another run to the Super Bowl, right? But every year it ends up being just absolutely swimming in piss. So very similar fan bases. Okay. Okay, that's a good one. Who's hot? The Bears. How about it? Who's not in the NFL? I'm taking the easy one. Aaron Rodgers. Maybe he shouldn't have been doing so many weird drugs in the offseason and acting like he's better than everyone else and smarter than everyone else and going to come back to his MVP form. He looks like shit. It's not even really his receivers' fault at this point. Does it not help that his receivers are UPS drivers? Sure. Does not help one bit. But the guy cannot throw to save his life right now. He's throwing picks. He's screaming at himself. I've never seen Aaron Rodgers look like this and look less confident, not only just on the field, but just ever in life, because the guy just absolutely oozes confidence. He's the ultimate alpha male. I'm actually an Aaron Rodgers fan, but I think it's gone a little bit too far. I think he kind of got a little bit out of hand and acted like he was just better than everyone else and smarter and like he knew something we all didn't. He looks like a clown right now and needs to lock in. I've got him as the who's not in the NFL right now. What are you thinking about Rodgers?
Yeah, it's a tough situation, and somebody said it in chat too. Like he put the team in this position, so I mean it's kind of tough to feel bad for him because everybody complains about Tom Brady like 2 years ago. You get every free agent of the Bucs. I mean Rodgers is refusing to take a pay cut, wants a bigger contract, and demands they go out and get a wide receiver, but they don't really have the facilities to do that. They just got to focus on drafting one.
We don't have the facilities for that one, mate.
Yeah, I mean,
video.
yeah, of course. And I mean, this week he was terrible. I mean, three red zone interceptions. He's killing the team. And it's not to say that they're not very, very injured surrounding him, but it's just a tough situation for everybody. And they're dead. Their season's done.
Yep, 100% toast. Not your typical slow start from the Packers, and then they charge back, and Rodgers is throwing dimes left and right. I think this team just blows. They just blow. Yeah. And I think Rodgers just blows. Maybe it's time for these geezeball quarterbacks to finally hang it up. Never thought I would say this. And I've always said, you never tell a 45-year-old man what to do with his life ever. And I still believe that. I think Gronk said that this weekend on Fox before the game started. And I literally was like, that was the smartest thing Gronk has ever said. You don't tell a 45-year-old man what to fucking do with his life or tell him when to retire, especially when it's Tom Brady, the greatest fucking football player ever, who's grown the sport immensely and brought joy to our lives for the past, almost 2 decades. Anyways, these young guns, these young QBs, they're starting to, grow up a little bit in front of our eyes and be better than these geezeballs. It's finally starting to, I think, hedge, the young athletic QBs are finally starting to edge the old minds, I think. Maybe I'm overreacting. I could sound like an idiot come postseason time when Tom Brady's in there again and making moves. Probably will. But for now, Stafford, Brady, Rodgers, they're getting outplayed by Justin Fields. And that's just not acceptable. And that tells me maybe it's time for the young guys to shine. That's all I'll say about that. Still got to respect the GOATs, though. Still got to respect the GOATs. All right. Who do you got?
Yeah, my not hottest, the Bills.
And sure. Speaking of young gun quarterbacks, like I was just talking about, here's Josh Allen playing like shit.
Yeah, and it's not even just an overreaction to this game. I mean, the Jets are good. Their defense is very, very good. They're going to cause problems for pretty much anybody they face. So, yes, Josh Allen played terribly. And the big part is it could have been a facet of that injury that he suffered, which it's seeming like it's going to be a problem. I know kind of conflicting reports have been coming out, but we're seeing this line for this game against the Vikings, which I know the Vikings are a good team, but this line's been shooting down pretty quickly. So it's telling me he's looking very likely to miss this game or at least be somewhat ailed while he plays it. So I think that is really the serious concern going forward, more so than just like the Bills dropping a game to the Jets. Because I think a healthy Josh Allen on the Bills team, I'm not worried about, them losing to the Jets because they're still one of the best teams, if not the best team in the league. But the health of Josh Allen is a serious concern, especially like it looked pretty bad, like a UCL tear, or not a tear, but something UCL sprain related, which is not good. And he suffered that injury before. I believe they came out, said yesterday, I think it was Schefter, that it was not as serious as the one he suffered before, which is good, but it's definitely something to keep your eye on for the rest of the season. If he's not healthy, that opens up everything, especially in the AFC. I mean, that's a walking Patrick Mahomes banner.
Couldn't agree more. They need to figure it the fuck out, whether it's injuries, whether it's Josh Allen just looking like his old self. They need to figure it out. I'll say this. I will probably be on the Bills this weekend. Everyone's going to be on the Vikings, healthy Vikings against the question mark Josh Allen's, right? The fact that the Bills are still -6 here with the potential that Josh Allen either doesn't play or, like you said, plays hurt is astounding to me against a team with a better record. Give me the -6. I know the Bills are better. I know we all know that the Bills are better than the Vikings, but would we all say that they're -6 better with a hurt Josh Allen with the way that they've looked coming off of a loss to the Jets? I don't know. Give me the Bills. They're on my radar, okay? Let's watch the injuries, but yeah, they're circled on my lean sheet right now for sure. I don't know about you. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of a middle point where that line is at. Like it's continuing to shoot down. Like it was 6.5 when I looked at it this morning earlier, but if it keeps going down, it probably tells you he's not going to play or he's going to be hurt. And then if it's, Case Keenum obviously coming out there for a revenge game this week, then it's going to get even shorter. So I'll wait.
Okay. And that's what we should be doing. We should be waiting on that because God forbid you lock him in and then Josh Allen's ruled out, then you're fucked, right? So couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Let's go to college basketball. Who's hot, who's not. We haven't done this yet. I'm fucking stoked. We've only had one day. That's enough for me. Don't give a hoot. We're diving in, okay? Who's hot in college basketball right now? Yeah, give me Queens. Give me Queens. You heard me mention them earlier. If you guys watch stream, if you just follow my fucking shit, you knew I was all over Queens yesterday in their first D1 game ever against Marshall, who, you look at the rosters and you see these guys play. Marshall wins that game 8 times out of 10. Didn't matter. Shout out Kenny Dye, who's an absolute dog from Queens. Honestly, one of the better guards in college basketball. Don't care what team he's on. Don't care if they were just D2. Doesn't matter. I watched him play last night. Dude was a bucket, and he's better than most. Shout out Queens. It looked like a fucking high school arena. Josh, I don't know if you're able to fucking play it right now real quick, the video, but if you can, please do, because I want people to see this game winner. Electric. Electric.
That was electric.
Let's see if he can get it up. Maybe he can't. Well, Josh, work on that. Let me know in the chat because my phone's on D&D. Okay. Anyways, Queens, awesome. First D1 win ever. If I'm Marshall, I'm pretty embarrassed because Marshall, they got to win that game. Plain and simple. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Did you take Queens with me?
I did, of course.
Let's go. Sure.
Yeah,
hey,
just it
wasn't easy. Wasn't easy. You were at the TCU game watching on your phone or some shit?
Yeah, because it was during I think it was during halftime of the game. So I was already getting disappointed by one team and not by Queens, of course.
All right. Well, I think we have the Queens highlight now. I apologize for the technical difficulties, but go ahead and enjoy this. Absolutely.
Dye drives in, looking for the lead, and he got it! 10.4! Around the back, Kerfman gets it up, looking in the corner. Taylor to the bucket, fouled, can't get it, put back, no good! And it's over! Royals pull off the come from behind! And you're not going to keep them off the court tonight!
And you're not going to keep him off the court tonight. There's like 7 fans in the whole fucking building. And also, I thought Queens was in New York. It's in North Carolina. Oh, my God.
And I was like, dude, they're going to storm the court. And I was like, wait a minute. They probably can't pay for that. I was like,
they were storming the court, man.
They
had 6 people in the stand. I mean, it was smaller than my fucking high school, straight up. Smaller than my high school. But we'll take it. What a fucking win. Heart.
Electric.
Queens, heart. All right? Shout out the boys. 3-0 on Trent Stream yesterday. Fuck yes. Let's keep it rolling. All right? Jovan, who do you got? Who's hot right now in CBBs?
Yeah, give me Grand Canyon.
Sure.
I know they came – that ending was so weird. I'm not even going to start about that. No, so they were up 6, and they were inbounding the ball with like 15 seconds left, and they just didn't get fouled. Which was weird.
Nice.
Yeah, it was weird, but they were down 20 in that game. They came back and won pretty comfortably, and that is against a Montana State team who is very, very talented, especially defensively. So I mean, they started to put it together. I know Javon Blackshear didn't look very good in that first half, and he and some of the pieces around him really, really picked it up the second half. So that's a team that I think is going to be very primed for March, and they're already showing it pretty early, and they've got a pretty soft schedule. They usually have a little better of a schedule in non-conference, but they have a couple games that I think is going to set them up pretty good for a performance like that. So I am really, really excited to see how they fare against bigger teams like Wichita State that they play coming up here soon. But that team looked really impressive to me in the second half. So I'm excited to see a lot of shot makers.
100%. 100%. Wish they came through for you on the spread, but what a great comeback. I mean, dude, first of all, I didn't watch the game, but was Specs an absolute defensive weapon for Montana State?
Everybody looked like an absolute defensive weapon for Montana State in the first half. They were clamping.
What was his name? Bayo? I think Bayo is Specs' name. I mean, he's a stud.
I don't know how to say it. But yeah.
Okay.
Bello or Bayo or something.
Bayo, tomato. Dude's a stud. Yeah. He's the next Joel Embiid. Okay. Not actually. Jesus. Got to make sure you guys know that I'm fucking around sometimes. Okay, well, that leads me to a perfect who's not here, because you're talking about Grand Canyon avoiding an upset. There were some upsets yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
First day of first day of college basketball, and it felt like March. It felt like March Madness. We had Cal lose to UC Davis. That's embarrassing. We had USC lose to FGCU. So the two California schools out there, I mean, grow the fuck up. That's embarrassing as shit. We had Oklahoma lose to Sam Houston. Are you kidding me? This Oklahoma team has been ranked in the last couple of years, and they're losing to Sam Houston. We know they're a pretty good freaking team, but come on now, that's Sam Houston. You can't be losing to them. You're Oklahoma. What? And then we had FSU. Didn't even want to put the ACC team in there, but I did. FSU lost to an in-state foe, Stetson. So if anybody doesn't know, all these schools that lost paid money up to, over $1 million to these other schools for them to come in and play against them, almost like a warm-up game to get the juices flowing to start the season, right? And all four of those teams, I mean, this happens, every team does this, every good team does this, but these four teams paid these guys to come in, and they fucking lost. That's embarrassing. So that's my who's not in college basketball. Keep it short and sweet. And you could kind of take it away from Florida State, because it looks like that's your who's not as well. Please dive in. Roast them.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team that just so consistently has the talent there every year, and like they're supposed to have a little drop off this year, but all the main pieces were still there, and to see them, like, it's not even like they just got upset or there was a little slip. They got beat pretty much tip to tip in this game, like by a Stetson team. Not only were they getting beat by Luke Brown, who's one of their really, really good guards, like he's demolishing their perimeter defense, which is usually one of the strengths of this team, but they were just bigger, more physical than Florida State. Like little old Stetson is doing this to Florida State. So I mean, they got dominated from the beginning to the end, which was crazy. So this team is in serious danger. Like, they're not going to be able to hang in the ACC at all. They're not even shoot for the NIT at this point if you're losing to Stetson, because their non-con is a little challenging too, as it usually is, because Florida State's a team with the talent year in, year out. So it's you can hit the panic button. This is one of the teams on that upset list you can certainly hit the panic button for.
Damn. You think Leonard Hamilton is kind of on the hot seat? Is that even crazy to say?
I don't think it's crazy to say. I mean, for one thing, I think he's lost his touch as a recruiter. I don't think they're building anything in that team, that program on a consistent basis anymore. I think he's just relying on, returning production to kind of progress, and they're not doing the needed development for these guys. So I think he's lost a step. Absolutely. He's still a good coach, no question, but it's another one. It's kind of like he's eventually going to find his way out of the head coaching position, whether that's now or whether that's the next couple of years. It's going to happen, because that program is kind of in no man's land.
I think it's because he stopped wearing suits to all the games.
It's got to be the reason. I mean,
that might be what it is. I mean, look at what Mike Woodson's doing up there at Assembly Hall at Indiana. I mean, that dude wore a suit to all the home games, and they couldn't fucking lose. So take notes, look good, feel good, play good. All right. Leonard Hamilton might have lost a step. Dude's wearing a fucking sweatsuit to games instead of his suit. Maybe he's lost his edge too. I don't know.
Maybe.
Okay. Well, that was a great segment. I know that took forever. I don't really give a shit. I think that was pretty entertaining. Chat, let us know. Okay. Let's dive into some games today now. Okay. We've got action. We've got questions coming over here from TikTok. People are saying, what's today's pick? People are saying Providence -13, easy cover. You guys know what to do when you see that. You take the other side respectfully, okay? No, Providence -13 will not be an easy cover. It's going to lose. Ohio versus Miami of Ohio pick. That's another question. That leads me right into the action. We might as well just cut the shit and dive in. This game has my favorite play in it, I think, for the action tonight. Don't love anything, but I do like Miami of Ohio getting 2.5 points at home here. I don't love the movement. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't love the movement on the game, but you guys know I was very high on Ohio last week in the action with their quarterback and then the Ohio State transfer who came in. They're on the same page. They're working out great. They've been playing on fire, honestly. And we're seeing a shitty Miami of Ohio team here who has lost 2 of their last 3 games. And I know they're at home, but they have a losing record. against 6-3 Ohio, and Miami of Ohio, their rival, is only getting 2.5 points here at home with 17% of the bets and less than 40% of the handle. So the people betting on the game are throwing down a decent amount of change, hence why the handle's twice the size of the bet percentage, but still less than 40% of the handle, which I personally love. Does it concern me? This line has moved from Ohio -2 to Ohio -2.5. Yeah, it does concern me a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to kid. All right. It does. But it's probably because Ohio is the most heavily bet side in football tonight, getting 80% of the handle and bets. So from what I'm seeing here on DraftKings now too. So they're getting all the action. They're getting all the bets, whether it's 2.5. I really don't give a shit. The public's going to be all over Ohio. Ohio looks easy, -2.5 on the road against a shit Miami of Ohio team. Not easy. If you guys know by now, you're going to learn tonight. Nothing in sports betting is easy. Okay? Take Miami of Ohio. Take the dog. Dog's going to be barking tonight. Give me the 2.5 points. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard for me to pick a side in this game because I think on the surface, it's hard to value this Miami, Ohio team, being that Gabbert's is coming back. I think this is a second game back. So honestly, that I know it's the thing that everybody loves to do, come action time, but I like the over and I like the move. It's continuing to rise up.
It is.
It makes it less simple with that fact that he's just coming back and their offense without him hasn't looked really good. Last week, they didn't look particularly good either. So I think being with the line where it is, it kind of leans me into that their offense is going to figure it out this week and start to put it together with him back in there. And just defensively, I just can't see them slowing down Rourke in the offense. Like I really can't. Both these defenses are just not good against the pass. And I mean, Ohio, like for the Miami, Ohio angle, like Ohio can't tackle either. And they're one of the best yards after catch teams in the MAC. But I just don't see any pressure getting to Rourke either, like on either side. So I'm not sure whatsoever, like where the stops are going to come from in this game. So I'm cool to lean into the over. I think it's up, 1.5, like since the morning or since late yesterday. So I'll keep riding with the move there.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely a public play, but the line's moving, right?
Yeah.
So you should be all right. It's moving for a reason. It's moving a lot. Yeah, Gabbert should be back in action again. I want to take him. I want to take Miami of Ohio. I want the Red Hawks, but I understand this is really, there's not really any football reasoning to take this. This is a line. This is a line, bet the line play for me. And I hate to say it. I wish I could give you more. Can't. What would you have set this line at?
Maybe 4.5.
Okay.
5, maybe 5, probably 4.5.
Okay. I do not disagree with that. I think it is a little bit short, and I'm happy to hear you say that. Maybe they know something we don't. Maybe we see something from these teams we haven't seen yet. That's what this tells me. It is Maction. Anything could fucking happen, right? That's what I'm liking in that one. Let's go to Akron. I don't love anything in this. I think if I had to play something, I'd probably fucking hold my nose and close my fucking eyes and pray and just bet on Akron spread. But my God, they're fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I've bet on this team this year. I've watched this team this year. They're atrocious. I'm seeing our guy DeGen's on them. Shocker. Looks like he's on them. I mean, let's not kid ourselves here. Akron hasn't won a game in forever. They are 1-8, but it's been a tough couple weeks. Talk about a team that can't tackle, Akron. Talk about a team that fumbles the ball more than I've ever seen. It's like they're playing with a ball covered in lube. Akron. And I want to kind of bet on them today after saying that. Straight up. Eileen Akron, what do you like in this one?
I mean, nothing. I just there's no way I can get myself to take Akron here. I mean, it would have to be the play if anything. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. This team is so bad, and it's not a line that to me would like force me to take them. Like the 7 line is maybe a little short, but I don't care to get involved.
It's short. I agree. But do I want to take it? I don't know. Yeah. Anything in this Ball State Toledo game, I kind of lean the under. Anytime you see a total around 50 or lower, I automatically lean the under in the MAC because that doesn't make any sense. These teams, nobody plays any defense. It's all offense, all scoring. And this method has worked for me in the past. So I lean under in the game. It's gross. Don't know how it's going to hit because Toledo's offense is pretty fucking good, and Ball State is no slouch. They've won 4 or 5. But Ball State's been an under machine. The games have gone under their last 4. So trust Ball State's defense. They're actually decent, and just pray that they can kind of withhold Toledo to, 30 points. If they can keep Toledo under 30 points, they'll be okay, and I think they can. So give me the under.
Yeah, it's been a pretty big move towards the under, which I don't know if it's a weather thing or something, because there's been a move to Ball State too. So, I mean, total moving down like that obviously makes me lean the under, but I mean, there's a double-digit dog involved in this too. So in a game like this, I would certainly lean towards taking Ball State spread.
Right. Although I will say, and this shocks me too, but I saw this stat the other day, in games where the total is, in games where there's a double-digit or more favorite, the games tend to go under when they cover, which is weird. You would think that when they cover, it's like a bunch of points in the game's, 40 to 60, right? But it's not. It's usually when the minus 11.5 here would cover, it's usually like 27 to 14, right?
Well, see, I would be interested to see, because a lot of those games, at least in college football, I would think are kind of the Wisconsin Northwestern type games where it's like a 38-0 or something like that. So like in a game where I don't want to say it's evenly matched, but certainly more evenly matched in a matchup like that, I would be interested to see how that happens or how that plays out.
Okay.
Yes. That's kind of the approach I would take with this game.
Okay. Yeah, I don't understand the total moving down here with a ton of money on the over. Doesn't make any sense. If anybody in chat knows like what's going on with this total, have there been any injuries in this Ball State Toledo game? Have there been weather concerns? Let me know. I'm going to do some digging after the show, obviously today before I lock my bets in. But please let me know if you can save me some time. Okay. There's your action. Akron, we lean gross. I like Miami of Ohio. You like the over in that one. And then the under in Ball State Toledo, and you lean Toledo, or you lean Ball State as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well, there's your action, ladies and gents. If you want football, there it is. Go out and take it. Earn it. Earn your day. All right. NHL. You want to give your little NHL doesn't give a fuck about voting. They got a hella games today. They don't give a shit. You got any games you like today?
There's a couple that just kind of catch my eye. I mean, off the rip, like I think Vegas, while it may be the simple play, it's kind of the one I lean now that they're starting to catch a little bit of steam. And everybody likes Vegas. Nobody really likes the Leafs, but the Leafs have been sneakily, playing some good hockey here, winning a couple of these last games. Defenses look very, very solid compared to the beginning of the year. I just think this is the game where they kind of get stuffed in a locker by Vegas. And Vegas is the team that I think is significantly better. So come to this. I think this is the spot where they just kind of let them know. They let them know who's better in the spot. And seeing Austin Matthews up for half a goal just automatically makes you want to fade both him and the Leafs, especially when he is the only one up there.
That is true. That definitely scares me. That definitely scares the shit out of me. I will say an 11-2 team being an underdog is interesting. And that line has moved towards them, though. It's moving toward the line is moving towards Vegas, so that's a good sign. Are they getting hammered?
They're getting
they're kind of getting hammered a little bit.
Yeah, not hammered, but they're
baby hammer
a little bit.
One of those little baby plastic little mallets that you give your kid and spank on the table.
Yeah, I will say though, like Vegas, just in general, like I mean, if you look at like the last couple of games, they are theoretically pretty undervalued on a consistent basis.
Okay.
And the Leafs are obviously the Leafs. They have a fat price tag pretty much anytime you look.
Boston was 8-1. They went to Toronto last weekend, and they were dogs. I think it's just a hard place to play. Great comment there from our guy in chat. Great comment. All right. TikTok, I'm on Rider. Okay. I'm on Rider. Let's ride. If you're wondering why you can't hear us, go join the fucking link in my bio. Grow up, okay? I can't lie. Seeing Toronto with a worse record and shittier team as a favorite against the best team in hockey makes me lean them. But with everything you said, for that reason, I'm out. I'm just not going to bet the game. Okay. Any other weird lines? I don't really think so. Maybe St. Louis on the road is a favorite, but that line is also moving towards Philly as well.
Yeah, they're a team you just got to leave them alone right now.
St. Louis sucks.
I'm not touching them. I
They've
don't
gotten
want
blown out in all of their last games. They haven't covered in fucking weeks, dude.
Yeah, it's nothing I want.
Poverty.
Yeah, not the Flames, but against the Flames, the Devils are catching quite a bit of steam, and I know it's the Flames are coming off a back-to-back, but in a spot like especially against the Islanders, like a team coming off a back-to-back against the Islanders is a move that I'm down to lean against because they're a very physical team, and that's a tough thing to do with pretty much anybody. And the Devils have had some big lines. Just typically Vegas, and DeGen said it too. Vegas knows something about the Devils because their lines have been pretty significant all season, and they've shown it early on. They've looked really, really good. So with the move here, I'm definitely willing to lean into the Devils as well.
Okay. All right. I don't like that play. I'll say it right to your face. I'll be honest with you. I don't like it.
Okay.
I don't like it. But again, I don't know shit about hockey. I just bet lines. So I trust your opinion, and I'm now off. Okay. And I've been burned by Calgary enough to just not want to fucking even bet that game. Right.
Yeah, that's
I'm
fair.
done. I'm done with them. Fuck them. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to be able to resist the Blues today. I'm just being honest and transparent and upfront. I don't know. If you see it on my card, mind your business. Okay. I don't know if I'll be able to keep that off.
I don't blame you. I need something with them. I need to see something.
No, you're supposed to say, remember what you said the other day where you said you're not going to try to catch the falling knife? That's what you're supposed to come in and say right now.
Yeah. I mean, you're looking like the knife's right here. You're looking right into it because it's already hit multiple times.
Catch that thing. Oh, got it.
It might be on the ground already.
Okay. It might be in my foot.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just might be.
All right. Well, there's your hockey talk. We'll leave it to the specialists. We'll leave it to the Chell Lords to dive into later. Okay. That's where you go. And that's where you fucking get your NHL insight from our guys, Chelly and Fruity. All right. Hokies look legit last night. You know what, Gavin? They did. They did look legit last night. How about them Hokies? How about them? Grant Basile, he looks like a freaking stud. Remember the name. 30-piece last night, the Wright State transfer. You guys remember that game last year, the playing game, Wright State versus Peter Kiss and Bryant? And everyone was on Peter Kiss, including me. And we were all swimming in piss afterwards. Yeah, I do too. And Grant Basile had 30 points at least in that game too. And he had 30 points in this game too. So that dude's a fucking stud. I'm super hyped for my Hokies this season. Let's fucking go. TCU on the other hand, Jovan, you guys got some work to do, bro.
We do. I don't want to give them an excuse, but like there is no excuse for keeping it that close. But when a team comes out and goes 8 for their first 9 from 3, it's not like they're open either. It's kind of hard. Kind of difficult to get back from that, but they did to a degree. They should have closed out the game a little better though. But I'm not pushing the panic button yet.
Okay. People are asking what my favorite play is tonight. As of right now, it's Ryder, and I'll give you guys my pitch in a second. As of right now, that's what it is, and that's the only bet I have locked in for one responsible unit. We crushed yesterday. When you crush a day, at least in my opinion, looking back at how I do, I like to kind of relax and not press, because if I have a big day, the next day I tend to get out of hand, get out of control. Next thing you know, swimming in piss. Okay? So we're taking it easy today on a shitty card. But with that being said, I want you guys to know why I like Ryder today. And I want you guys to have a nice pitch under your belt and know why you're riding Ryder with me. Okay? No pun intended. Ryder is one of the oldest teams in college basketball this season. And I think they're a sleeper pick to win their conference, the MAC, M-A-A-C, not the MAC, the MAC, 2 A's, all right? They might win this fucking conference straight up, all right? This team got red hot at the end of last season. They actually knocked out Rick Pitino's Iona squad, who everyone expected to make it from this conference and potentially wreak havoc in March. Turned out to be St. Peter's. So St. Peter's owes Rider a thank you note, to be honest with you. But I love this Rider team. Dwight Murray is a fucking stud at point guard. He's going to ball. Their starting rotation, they've got 4 seniors and a graduate senior. So all older heads. Their coach has been here for 11 years. They got hot at the right time last year. They seemed to figure it out. They found their identity. Rider is the worst nightmare for a team like Providence who, yeah, they might have some more talent on the team, for sure, right? And they have a great coach in Ed Cooley, and they were really good last year. But they lost a ton of pieces. They have new transfers coming in. They're still figuring out their shit. They're still figuring it out, okay? And if you're worried about size, a lot of times the first thing that pops in your head when you're betting on a shit team against a good team, you're like, how are they going to be able to keep up with the size of the other team? That's a dumb comment. There's teams who are Power 5. There's good teams who don't even have a center. Look at my Hokies, bro. They play with no center. It doesn't fucking matter. And to be honest with you, dude, Rider in the interior here, I think has the advantage. They're bigger. They have a lot of question marks. A lot of guys coming back. They've got this dude coming back. Why am I forgetting his name? Tyrell Bladen. My bad. Tyrell Bladen, okay? Remember this guy's name because he's going to ball tonight. He's back from tearing his ACL. He's 6'10 and 230, and he's about to be a menace. He's bigger than anyone else on Providence's roster. So the interior defense is not going to be an issue. The Providence drive and dish, good fucking luck we'll be seeing with that shit. It ain't working, all right? Look, they have Bynum and they have this Bryce Hopkins kid coming in from Kentucky. We don't know how good that kid's going to be. Everyone's slurping him, saying he's going to be the next great thing since sliced bread. I need to see it, all right? And this team has way too many question marks against a veteran team who knows how to score, knows how to play their brand of basketball in a veteran Rider team. I fucking love Dwight Murray. I love betting on shit teams that have a good point guard. It starts with him, okay? He's been there before. He's going to look like him tonight. He's going to absolutely dominate, okay? It's going to take Providence a little bit to figure out their identity like I talked about, and this is a worst nightmare for this Providence squad against a team that already knows how to fucking play, all right? Give me Rider. Give me the points. All the money's coming in on Providence. All the squares are on Providence. No. Don't be fooled. Don't take them. Everyone in chat's been saying Providence this, Providence that. Don't fall for the fucking easy answer. Take Rider. It's gross. Nobody wants to take them. They might fucking win this game outright. They're going to be hanging within the number the entire game. This is going to be one of those bets you don't got to worry about, okay? Trust. Let's fucking get it, all right? That's why I like Rider so much. Dude, I like this team, and I honestly do think they could win the MAC. I really do. I really do.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this game?
I mean, you said it perfectly. Like, I think for a Providence team that has so many questions, like a team with a veteran point guard who can do everything that he can do, and just a team who overall I think they're pretty balanced in their construction. That's like a perfect matchup for them. And I know Providence is Providence and they can find a way, but if there's any team that could come out and blitz them, I think it's going to be Riders. Like I think they could come out and get to an early lead and kind of coast at least to the cover for the rest of this game.
100%. And shout out my guy Parlay Safari over here on the talks. He gave me something. I don't know even what the heck he did. But now there's like a little icon next to him and something's going on. So I need to figure out what the hell's going on over there. But shout out the GOAT, Parlay Safari. So I'm sure he's about to bang his card today too. That dude gets it.
Oh, yeah.
Any other games that you're dying to talk about? There's a couple that I like.
Yeah.
Not many, and I don't love them. But I want to hear what you got.
I mean, you want to talk about your Mercer play? Because I
Sure.
really like that play too. Because I think this is
good.
this is a game for Mercer. Like Mercer is a team where between like the offseason additions to that coming back, they're a super, super athletic team, which isn't really what they've been in years past. I mean, they're a team who's been very predicated on guard play, and now they have a lot of 3-and-D guys, which for a team who kind of spaces the floor like Eastern Carolina does, and they, everything they do is predicated off of the three-point production. It's going to be a game that's won on the perimeter because both of these teams lack size. Both of these teams lack production from the inside. So I think this is a really good matchup for Mercer here, and I guess you're on the same page, right?
100%. So I look at it like this. I mean, East Carolina, a team that everyone knows, a team that had a decent player on their squad last year, but he's gone. He just transferred. And then you look at a school like Mercer that a lot of people don't even fucking know who that is. And Mercer's got to go into ECU, and they're a favorite. I feel like the +1.5 here at home with the Pirates looks too easy. That's kind of my line read there. You know, that's how I fucking bet. And then also, if you just look at the money coming in, I want to get this updated real quick. You know, it's not ideal. It's definitely, 50-ish% of bets and 60% of handle on Mercer right now from what I'm seeing, at least on DK. Similar results on some other sites as well, but nothing crazy. That's pretty much a 50-50 split in my eyes. And as long as, the line doesn't do anything fucking weird, I'm probably going to be on Mercer tonight.
Yeah, I'm with that. I like that play.
Okay. You got to take Hartford with no coach with 1 day's prep.
Yeah.
+8.5.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
I'm cool
I want to take it so bad, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to. That line has moved too much for me. It scared me off.
Yeah, 5 points is a lot.
And I honestly think, like, when we come on here tomorrow and I say, you know what, the books got me, they did scare me off. I'm letting you know right now, I think that might be what the books are doing here, just slowly moving the line, making Hartford honestly just look like the wrong play to some sharps, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I think Hartford might end up doing what Queens did without a coach last night and win this game outright when everyone's fading them because of the coach. Is their coach fucking lacing up Jordans and hitting fadeaway threes? No, the coach isn't doing shit. He coaches at Sacred Heart or at Hartford. Didn't even know the guy's name until I fucking saw the news. Let's not act like this shit matters that much. It's not like he was Coach K. All right? Let's all pump the brakes. It still comes down to a ball going in a hoop with the players. Okay? This isn't the NFL. I don't cap coaching as much. Especially with these shit teams playing against each other. All the coaches suck. If they didn't suck, they'd be at better schools, right?
Yeah.
The assistant coach will take right over. I'm sure they already had the game plan in check. The only thing that does worry me about Hartford would be distractions. There's obviously bigger shit going on. And half this team, who knows? We don't know what's going on in that fucking locker room. If you guys do, if you guys go there, hit my DMs. But they could be, looking where they're transferring next. You know what I mean? Like, these guys could be toast. Yeah. They could be given up to. So who knows what's going on? And I know John Gallagher. I kind of wish I didn't say it like that. John Gallagher is actually a well-respected coach, and he's going to have no problem getting a job. All right, so let me take a step back here. I didn't remember the guy's name. I didn't have it memorized, but he's going to have no problem getting a job, hence why he turned down an offer to be an assistant coach at Oklahoma last year, hence why he's so fucking pissed. They just moved to D3, hence why he's suing the school, because now he's looking back saying, wow, I should have taken that job. He's a good coach. All right, don't get me wrong. And he's a good coach, so we had a good game plan already set up for this game. On 1 day's notice, what could possibly change? At that point, the guys just go out and play, right? So the line movement might just be scaring me off. Maybe I'm getting bamboozled. Maybe I'm getting played. I don't know. Probably going to sit this one out because I'm trying to practice what I preach and play quality over quantity. Okay, so that's where I'm at with that game.
Yeah, I mean,
Milwaukee, Purdue. Anything from you on that? I would take Milwaukee if anything, but I'm not rushing to bet it, and I don't think I'm going to.
No, yeah, it would be the play if anything in that game, but I'm not running for that one, especially like I just don't know how they're going to match up in that game. I don't really see it, and they are coming into Purdue is a tough thing for them every single year they do it. So I mean, I'm not interested.
Agreed. A lot of Montana talk today from people. A lot of Montana talk I'm seeing, and a lot of Providence talk. Not really shocking there, but good for us. Good for the riders, okay? Good for the riders. But speaking of where'd the game go? Speaking of Montana's, another game that I really want to bet, but the line movement might be scaring me off. I want to take Duquesne, and I kind of want you to take the lead on this one because I think you had a good angle on it last night at least. Duquesne has no business being this much of a favorite against a better Montana team who returns their best scorer. Duquesne's best player just transferred. They don't have anyone. They fucking suck. And this is the Duquesne program that is below Montana at this point in time. They are. So I don't understand what's going on here. The line moving from -5.5 to 4 definitely scares me for sure. But I don't really see how I don't play Duquesne here today. What are you thinking, bro?
Yeah, I mean it's so weird because Duquesne, they're I think a 6-win team last year, and they're just awful to and through. They dealt with some injuries. They have guys back. They add guys. So I mean they're a better team than last year, but I mean this is on the other side, like Montana, they were really good. They were looking prime for a tournament appearance, and then they kind of fell apart in the second half of the year. Lost a bunch of games in a row. So, I mean, on paper, they're just so far and beyond the better team. So if it wasn't like for the line move, I would side with you and I'd be on Duquesne because, I mean, an opener of 5.5 just makes, I don't think, any sense whatsoever. And this is, like I said, a Duquesne team that's added a lot of talent. They've added a lot of production, but nowhere near, I think, being valued at 5.5 points. So I really don't want anything to do with this game. I think it's just another stay away one, and you look at it and you say, you know what, whatever happens, happens. I'm okay with not being involved.
They did bring in 2 really good guards. Capitalized Nick does have a very good point in chat. They brought in Tevin Brewer. They brought in Day Grant. I knew Day Grant from Miami of Ohio. I wanted Miami of Ohio to be better at basketball last year. I kept trying to bet on them. I knew they were better than they were. That place was a toxic shithole, and they could not do it, hence why Day probably left. He's a bucket. He's a bucket. And then they've got Tevin Brewer, who I didn't know, but he's transferred from FIU. Apparently, the dude is really fucking good. And they've got a couple other transfers as well. They have a very old team, hence why maybe they're the favorite here. But, like, looking at that, seeing they have all these new pieces coming in who are supposed to be good, they were good at other schools, that doesn't make me want to take Duquesne today.
No.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. Fuck. God damn it. Brewer's out, apparently. Okay. Great info, Cody. I did not know that. Wow. Keep me correct. Keep me correct, ladies and gents. I appreciate it. It's hard covering all these shit schools, and sometimes you miss something, okay? So I appreciate it. Good shit. John Reese also transferred from the Bowling Green kid. Yes. Okay. Joe Reese. Yes. I know that kid too. He probably is not going to start. He might, though.
I just don't even with all the talent, I just don't get it. Because, I mean, it doesn't align with the move either. Because if they really valued this team enough, because it didn't have to do with the Brewer injury, because the Brewer injury has been a thing and he's out for a while. So, like, I just don't understand it. Because the move wouldn't have been there to, 3.5 now? People say they're seeing most places.
I'm out.
It just doesn't make sense.
I mean, I will say everyone I've heard today said they like Montana or they're already on Montana. So maybe the line is just getting absolutely hammered. But, I mean, how many people are betting on this game today? Like, this is not, Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
And also shout out the Commanders for getting Monday Night Football this coming weekend. Fuck yes. Awesome. Good for the program. Yeah, I'm off the game. God damn it. Quality over quantity. Pick your spots. Be picky. Trust your guts. All right? Trust your guts. I'm off Duquesne, but I do still lean them. What else we got, Jovan? We got probably 2 more minutes, and then we got to do a squad ride. Any other games that you wanted to cover? Maybe this Georgetown Coppin State game?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's super square, I guess, what I would lean in this game, but because Coppin State, overs have been a wagon for a couple of years now, but this is kind of a dream matchup for it. Like, I mean, Georgetown, I believe they're one of like the worst defenses of all time, literally. Last year is a historically bad defense. And Coppin State, I don't know why they're playing on back-to-back days. That's to begin the season makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
So to see that and like, these are 2 teams that are like going to space the floor too. I think Georgetown's a little differently constructed with Akok this year because he has the ability. I can't even say with a straight face, but he definitely has the ability to stretch the floor a little more than they've been able to in past years. So this just it makes a lot of sense, which scares me. But I just don't see any of these defenses being able to get the stops. And it's going to come down to Coppin State. What do they have left in the tank after yesterday? Maybe that's the question. But
that doesn't worry me. It's the second game of the season. They're playing against Georgetown. They'll be up.
Yeah, that's the thing. It really doesn't concern me that much, and especially against this defense, which has struggled in the interior. Granted, like Coppin State, they get a lot of their stuff from the perimeter, but they struggle in the interior, and they have, a cog can't really defend in the interior either. He's a perimeter stretch defender.
Who'd you say?
You know who.
Unbelievable. Our guy DeGen saying, favorite thing about Coppin State, you don't know where they are. They're in the DMV.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I actually shared my high school baseball stadium with Coppin State. We rented out a pretty nice older baseball stadium. It was like kind of off campus because there was like no room around us to have a field. And they were one of the teams that we shared it with. And we probably could have beaten them. They were fucking terrible. That's kind of cool. How about it? A cock. How about it? He's back. He's back. I mean, Pat Ewing, it's now or never, bro. You took this team somehow to a Big East championship 2 years ago that kind of bought you some time, but any other coach by now would have been fired. Any other coach by now after last season. I mean, they haven't won a game in a year. They lost every single conference game last year. And for those reasons, I can't take Coppin State. I can't. And they also have a ton of new pieces. We have no idea what this Georgetown team's going to be. We have no clue. They have so many new pieces. And Coppin State has Juan Dixon as head coach, and everyone wants to bet on them because Juan Dixon's the head coach. What is he going to go put on his fucking Jordans again and play like we talked about earlier? Like what?
Yeah, they just might.
If Juan Dixon was that good of a coach, he wouldn't be coaching at Coppin State.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, it's time. Unless chat, do you guys want to? Oh, we got a sub bang. Let's fucking go. We got a sub bang. Yo, TikTok, we're about to do our squad ride. If you want to vote, click the link in my bio, hop into Twitch, grow the fuck up. Okay. Squad ride. Do you guys want to do a squad ride today?
I don't think so.
We're 12-1. Do you guys want to just maybe push it off to later in the week? Maybe we'll start doing it again. Maybe the new year. Maybe we'll work. You guys want to just work on the new year? Okay. It's coming up. Less than 2 months. All right, cut the shit. It's time to lock in. All right. I volunteer Ryder to go in.
Yeah.
Kind of scared for it to win again. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie. But I volunteer Ryder plus 13. I'm assuming that's what it is right now, consensus. Somebody let me know. That's what I'm assuming it is. Okay. What do you want to volunteer as tribute?
I mean, I volunteer Mercer. I think
you want to take ML?
Yeah, we can take ML. It's only 1.5.
Well, what do you want to take?
Yeah, we can take ML. Cut the shit. Minus what? Minus 120?
Say with your chest.
Yeah.
We're not afraid of juice for a squad ride, right, DeGen? I know he's listening to this shit on the treadmill like a fucking hamster on a wheel. I know he is. I literally picture him on a hamster wheel listening to the fucking BTL. Anyways, also, we have a record number of people in here today. You guys are fucking awesome, and it's always good to see more people and more exposure when the results are there. That's all I'm going to say, all right? Don't want to waste all your time saying how great we are, because as soon as we do that, we're going to lose. Thank you, guys. You're fucking awesome. Anyways, back to business. Cut the shit, all right? No more fun. No more smiling, okay?
No more.
What else are we putting in here, dude?
I mean, I would volunteer the over in the Ohio game too. I just know you hate that.
I would volunteer Miami of Ohio plus 2.5, but I know you hate that. So that's kind of why we're in a little bit of a pickle. You want to take Ball State Toledo under? Akron plus 7?
Definitely not Akron plus 7. I don't want to take it to that game. I just don't want anything.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What else are we putting in? Chat.
Tell us in the chat whether you like. I mean, we could put both the Miami, Ohio ones in there. Both the over and the side. Well, because what else are we gonna put in there?
I don't know. There's no NBA on today because
That's
apparently
what
that's
I'm
going to
saying.
solve all the world's problems with no NBA games on today. Every day, all world problems are cured because there's no NBA games on tonight.
Well, that's what I'm
How
saying. Yeah, we got
special does the NBA
spots.
think they are? How special do they think they are to make that fucking move?
That's a fact.
Unbelievable.
Fact.
I'm not even going to watch the NBA tonight. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to watch college basketball like a grown-up. Fuck.
Right.
There's no hockey plays we really like. Like, what else are we going to put in here? Hurry up. Go.
I like VGK. So I was thinking we go the Knights, then Miami, Ohio plus 2.5 and the over in the game. And then we do Ryder and Mercer. That's our 5.
Okay.
Any issues with that?
How about the meme of the guy with the veins popping out of his head when you tell me the over in Miami? No, it's okay. It's okay.
I mean,
I like the line movement. I don't hate it. I don't like the under. I don't like the under.
No.
We can put it in. Let's put it in. But yeah, we're putting Miami of Ohio plus 2.5 in too because I honestly think that's going to hit, and I'm probably going to take it. Don't understand the line. Like I said, I wish I had better analysis for you guys with football terminology and shit, but I don't. Miami of Ohio blows. Ohio's on fire right now, and everyone's taking them because they're trendy and fun and good, and they're winning, and they have 2 really cool players who we all like. Why is the spread here? Doesn't make any sense. Miami of Ohio is probably going to win outright with the voice crack. All right.
Yeah.
We'll take the plus 2.5. Sure, we can. And we'll take the Ohio and Miami of Ohio over. Okay. Good. So we got Ryder plus 13, Mercer money line, Vegas money line, Miami of Ohio plus 2.5, and Ohio, Miami of Ohio over. Good.
Here we go.
Run the fucking script. Let's see what we got, Josh E. Let's get that fucking poll running. Vote. Don't care if you vote in anything else, honestly. Just vote in this poll today. This is the only vote I care about. You do whatever the fuck you want anywhere else, okay? Don't give a shit. Don't give a shit. We got bigger things going on today. We got college basketball games. Come on.
Yeah.
You guys know what I'm voting on. You guys know. All right? Give me Ryder. All right? Yeah, low-key, iCarly, I can't run for president. There's too many videos of me doing stupid shit. My friends would have me blackmailed in a minute. I'm fucked. Would love to be a politician, though. Seems like you just don't do anything and you just sit there and you're rich. So,
yeah,
I would like in.
Why not?
I would like in. Vote. Go. Vote. I really hope Fruity likes Vegas today. Do you know if he likes Vegas today?
I don't know if he likes Vegas. I know he has a bet in the game.
Ooh.
I don't want to spoil it. But
Okay, do not spoil.
Yeah.
Do not spoil. All right. TikTok, if you're on here, join the fucking Twitch. Link in my bio. Grow up. All right. Not going to say it again. I need to get my fucking vote in. Jesus. Damn, we got a hype train. Hype train is close. Sure. Wow. Ryder does it. Oh, God.
Ryder does the job.
Oh, I was hoping it'd be Mercer, not going to lie. But I will say my most confident play today is Ryder. Jovan, are you going to be betting on them? / do you like them already?
Of course.
Before my whole bet? Okay, good. Let me say one thing, and let me make this perfectly clear. There are a couple teams on my short list that have cost me enough money they would make my parents pass out if they heard it. And I hope they're not listening to this. Mom and Dad, if you are, I love you. Okay? I'm okay. Providence is one of those teams. This one tonight is personal. All right? Mikey Overs, if you're listening to this shit's personal, and your team blows now. The party's over. The Providence luck party is over. You guys know that Providence was the luckiest team in college basketball last season. They can't keep getting away with it. They lost their guys. Good fucking luck, Providence. No pun intended. Because your luck has run out. And you're about to lose outright to Ryder tonight. How about it? All right? You're about to lose outright to Ryder tonight. This is going to be within the number the entire game, ladies and gents. Mima, she can go to bed nice and early, all right? Take her to Golden Corral around 3:34, no line. Get her tucked in bed by 5 or 6. You're not even going to need her tonight, all right? Ryder, they're getting it done. Trust, all right? BTL squad rides. You guys are fucking awesome. Record attendance today. Let's keep firing on all cylinders. Why not us? Why not us? Okay? Job's not done. We're winning big. Haglin's on Providence. We've got life. All right? Jovan, any parting wise words from you? All right? Get the squad hyped up.
Let's win some bets. Let's win some money. Let's
not
figure
us?
it out. Why not us? Day one, not enough. This is day two. Soft slate. Don't care.
Sure.
Let's get green.
Sure. Let's get greened out. All right? And I ain't talking about 420. I'm talking about green beans on the sports book. Okay? Give me all of them. Inject them into my veins, and then we could get greened out afterwards. Okay? Job's not done. Job's not finished. BTL squad rides. We will be 13-0 when you come on here tomorrow, ladies and gents. We always appreciate you coming on. Record attendance today. We're getting bigger, faster, stronger every day. Love you guys. We do this for you. Trent, take us home. Ryder. Remember the name. Remember the name.